Okay, so video number 2, we're going to talk through dynamic drills. So at practice, you're going to do the LMLS, you're going to go run your warm-up loop, and when you get back, these are going to be strengthening exercises for your ankles and strengthening exercises for your hips. Surrounded by noisy monsters. Um, Especially once we get to mulberry, ankle strength is going to be really important. It's going to make sure that you don't hurt yourself while you're out on the trails. So these exercises are kind of helping with that. Also, something big that happens, especially with newer runners that are running, is you get shin injuries. Your shin injuries are a lot of times going to be connected to either your ankles being a little bit weak and your feet striking differently, or not being flexible enough in your hips. So the LMLS that we just did, that's going to kind of help with that. But this is going to kind of attack it from the second angle. But what you want to do, you want to find about a 25-meter stretch of flat-ish ground. Don't go uphill, don't go downhill, don't be slanted. You want it to be as flat as you can find. And then you will do these drills backwards and forwards. Do the first drill forwards, second drill back, third drill forwards, fourth drill back. If you've been to practice before, you know what I'm talking about. But for newer runners, that's kind of the way we'll do it. But these drills do come in pairs, so it's easy enough to cluster them together. So for the first set of drills, and this is actually going to be easier for me to show you right here than me stepping back, because you won't really be able to see this when you're doing it, but you'll feel it if you're doing it right. You're going to walk for 25 meters in the pronation position. So you're going to take your feet and you are very intentionally going to kind of bend them inwards and walk on the insides of your feet. And you'll feel your ankles kind of stretching out and straining a little bit as you're doing this if you're doing it right. Before those 25 meters, you'll bend your feet inwards. It'll make you look a little bit awkward because naturally your knees are going to come inside with it, so you'll look a little bit like this as you're walking. But you'll feel it a little bit on the hips, a little bit in the ankles, and that's exactly what we're trying to target. But that's called pronation inside of feet. When you go back the 25 meters, you'll switch it. You'll supinate, which is the outside of the feet. So again, your knees are naturally going to try to go with your feet a little bit, and it'll make you look a little bit awkward when you're walking. That's fine. Embrace the awkward. Next thing, again, showing it to you here before I step back so you can actually see it with my feet easily. You're going to do 25 meters forward. We call it inversion, so you're going to point your toes in, and you're going to walk the 25 meters that way. Then you're going to turn around. The fourth drill, coming back, is called duck walk. So if we had just inverted our toes, now we're going to outvert them. So the first 4 drills, inside of feet, outside of feet, toes in, toes out. You'll walk the 25 meters for each of them. Fifth one is called toe walk. So you're gonna walk on your toes, get your heels up high off of the ground. It'll stretch your calves out a little bit, be a little bit of a calf workout for you for a second. Sixth one, coming back, is called the hamstring walk, and I will have to demo this one for you. So with the hamstring walk, you take a couple of steps in between each of these. Otherwise, the 25 meters would take you forever to get through. But you'll take a couple of steps. You'll extend one of your feet. Back up so you can see my foot. Extend one of your feet. Keep your toes pointed up. And the team likes to call these swoops, because you'll come down and swoop near that ankle. You should feel a big pull kind of in the back of your calves and the back of your hamstrings as you go down if you're doing it right. This knee is going to stay locked. This knee can bend as much as you need it to. You go down, you swoop, take another 3 steps, and then you'll swoop with the opposite leg. But that's the 6th one. 7th thing is called high knee butt kicks. It's written in that order for a reason. All of y'all are used to doing high knees, but something that we're adding to it to try to stretch out the top of your hamstrings a little bit extra is the butt kick aspect of it, trying to bring your foot up while you're doing a high knee. So if you're doing it right, it's going to look a lot like this. You're going to get your knee up to about where your hip height is, and you're going to try, just do the other foot, you're going to try as hard as you can to get your foot up to kick your butt. When we see kids doing this wrong, they try to do it the opposite way. They try to do butt kicks with maybe high knees. You need to get your knees up. That's the most important part of this. If you're going to fail at the butt kick. Do not fail at the high knee. This doesn't do anything for you. It just looks weird. So again, you're really trying to get your knees up and get your foot up also as high as you're able. And then the last one, again, we end with the tricky one. It's called open the gate. You are actually going to walk backwards for this one for the 25 meters. But it's another right angles position, just like we started with the lunges. So, face you while I do it, but you will take a couple of steps back, and then what you're going to do is you're going to lift one of your knees up into this 90-degree angle position again. Lift your knee up, and then you bring it around to the side. You should feel it pulling on the inside of your groin a little bit. You should feel it stretching that out. Come all the way around, 90-degree angle again. Drop it down. Take a couple more steps back. Do the opposite foot. Up, around, down. With this one, the thing that goes wrong is people try to make it one smooth motion and you skip part of it. Think of it as 2 steps. You need to bring your knee up in the front, pause for a second almost intentionally, then come around to the side. Kids that do it wrong at practice, a lot of times just kind of do that. Again, you're missing the bulk of that exercise. But that's kind of the list of how they go. You'll see it at practice. If you've got any questions, please email me or Coach Christy. We can help you out with it. But okay, that's it. Dynamic drills.